due to some technical issues, I think we'll just go straight ahead to the presentation. As normal, as every Monday evening, this presentation is designed for our guests, people who are not in the business yet and want to have a look at what we do. So we want to welcome all our guests. Let me just set the screen properly. Just one moment. Okay. So, to all our guests, we want to welcome you to this Monday evening presentation. This presentation is designed to give you a peek or a view of what business we do. And the mission of our company is very simple. What does a business do? A business provides a product or a service to the public in return for something. We are paid the money and you either buy services, you buy goods. Our mission is very simple. Our mission is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. Two things are important in that is good health, some money, and time to be able to enjoy the money that you have. I think money just buys you better memories and makes your life a bit better than it is. So, Betty and I started this business over 25 years ago, and the reason we started the business was very simple. Betty and I wanted to make an extra $200 a month to supplement my salary. That is really our goal. But after 7 months of very hard work, part-time, my salary, that's when I really paid attention to the business. We worked very hard the first 3 years of our business until the income was about 3 times my salary. And that's when I quit my job. I resigned my job to do the business full-time. So if you're a guest, just pay attention. Take some notes. If you need to ask questions, ask the questions to the person who invited you. They will guide you on how to get started. Let's look at the 4 ways that people use to generate income. The first is called a job. A job is when you work for somebody. After 30 days, they pay you a salary, or if it's every quarter, every fortnight, they pay you whatever you've agreed. A job is good because it provides you with the opportunity to put food on the table, to at least take care of your family. However, there's a drawback, and that drawback is there's a lot of insecurity in the job market. 2, because of advance in technology, employers have found very efficient ways to generate products and services with less people. What does that mean? It means that in the future, more and more people will lose their jobs to machines and technology. So if you have a job, I think you need to think very carefully whether your job is secure and can actually support you in the future. The second is self-employment. Self-employment is when you borrow money, you start a business, either from a loan or you mortgage your house or your life savings, whatever it is. Or if you quit your job and you're paid a lump sum money, you want to start a business. As self-employment is better because you determine how hard you work and how long you want to work. And the more you work, the more money you earn. However, there's a drawback, especially 2 issues. One is that time. You're exchanging time for money. And that's a very big trap. Why? Because you and I have 24 hours a day. Let me say you work even 12 hours or 14 hours. You sleep 8 hours, the rest you spend traveling time with your family. You cannot work more than 24 hours a day. And that means that if you fall ill, and that leads me to the second element, the business tends to depend on your physical presence at the place of work. If that is what happens, it means that if you fall sick, if you want to go for leave, if you want to attend to family issues, or you want, whatever it is you want to get away from your business, it means income doesn't come in. The only way income will come in is 2 things. One, you get somebody whom you trust, and number two, somebody who understands how your business is conducted. Then your money keeps coming in. But self-employment, there is no freedom and there is no security. The third way that people use to generate income is big business. These are companies that employ lots of people. They also employ a huge capital to be able to provide a product and service to the public. It's good because at least you can make a lot of money, but at the same time, you can also lose a lot of money. These are companies like ShopRite Checkers from South Africa, which the last time I checked, they have 1,847 outlets across the African continent. Safaricom PLC, Vodacom, MTN, Naivas. These are huge companies that employ a lot of people, and they also invest a lot of money. This avenue of making money is available to very, very few people. The first element is investment. The fourth way is if you take money which is over and above what you need, you invest it in a business or a product or something to get a return on what you've invested. Two things are required for you to do it successfully. One, you need to know what you're doing. That is the knowledge. And two, the skill of doing it. Because most people don't know how to invest, they get somebody who is experienced in investment, they pay them a fee so that they can actually get a return on the investment. Many times, you don't only don't get the return, but actually you're looking for your return off the investment. The question is there an ideal business? Is there a business you can do for building wealth that does not have a lot of these challenges? I think it needs to have the following 7 criteria. Number one, low capital. One of the biggest hindrances that people experience when they want to start a business, and most people tell you, I don't have capital. So what we've done in our business is we've lowered the amount of money you need to invest initially. It's between $50 and $100, depending on the country where you're doing business. Second, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Why? Because that is how people get products and services in their homes. If you look around your house, if you look in your office, whatever it is that you are, almost every product or service that you're using at home has passed through a distribution system to get to your home. And that means there's a great opportunity for creating wealth in the distribution. But the key to success is the more people you serve, the wealthier you become. And that leads me to the third element. You need to have a global reach. Our company does business in over 50 countries around the world. In Africa, we do business in roughly 14 countries. And in these 14 African countries, the population that we serve is about 450 million people. So there's still very, very many people who need our product and services. The fourth element is leverage. Leverage is the key, is the secret of successful people. What is that? Leverage is when you find a way to increase the amount of time that you work in your business and the number of people you serve. The banks know this, that's why they open branches. The retail stores know this, that's why they open different stores. Leverage simply means you multiply the amount of time your business is conducted. For example, let me say you work 2 or 3 hours a day. So you're going to be paid on only those 2 to 3 hours. But supposing you get 10 people who work with you on the same project. So now you're being paid another 3 hours plus the 10, and it's 33 hours. If you get, each of these 10 gets 10 people each, that's 111 people who are doing the business. If each of them works 3 hours, that's 333 hours of work. That's what leverage is. And that is the secret of success of people who create wealth. The fifth element is consumable, high-quality product. 2 important aspects. Consumable, it means it has a repeat sale. Soap is an example. Soap is a necessity. Everybody who is listening to me today use soap today, and they're going to use it tomorrow. At the end of the month, they'll buy some more to use. So soap makes a good business. Cleaning products make good business because they are used and reused, and people go and buy some more. But the other aspect is high quality. Why high quality? Because when people experience positive things about the products we use, they come back for some more. The sixth element is a business system. A system is simply a series of tools, procedures, equipment that you use to run your business that does not require you to be there personally. Think about the owners of cellular companies. They have systems that operate with or without the owners of the business being present. The banks do the same. Retail shops do the same. They employ other people. They have systems, computers, equipment that they use to run their business so that they can be absent from the business where the business is conducted. And the last one is timing. Timing is very important because when you start your business at the right time, you gain traction and you capture part of the market. In fact, since 2021-22, during the COVID, very many people have become acutely aware for the need for good nutrition. That is why I think our business is very well placed to capture a substantial market of business. So, what is this business that we are discussing? It's called network marketing, a very efficient system of distribution of goods and services. Neolife is a manufacturer, and the duty is to take the product from Neolife to different consumers, passing only through one person called a distributor. If you think about any traditional business, before a product comes from a manufacturer to a consumer, it passes through several middlemen: advertising, retailers, wholesalers, transport, people who keep adding to the cost of the product, but they don't add any value. So what we've done, we've cut out all these middlemen, and the money which is available to be paid is paid to distributors like ourselves. So there are no wholesalers or retailers. Products are explained to customers in person, and that means the customers have very good information before they make a buying decision. We are paid for referring customers, and our products are researched and developed on our behalf by the company we have partnered with. Think about this. If you want to start any business, the first thing is you need to design the product, get the raw material, check the raw material for purity and contaminants, do the risk, manufacture the products, quality control, package products, put the products in different jurisdictions or different countries or markets, and then register in the different markets before you actually take the products to customers. All that has already been done on your behalf. So what the job is to move the product from Neolife to different customers. So you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, because you're partnering with a company that has already built infrastructure around the world. There are no qualifications required in our business except three things. Number one, you need to have a desire to succeed. Number two, you need to be teachable. And number three, hard work. Just those three things will help you succeed and grow your business. Now, Neolife started in 1958. It was started by Jerry Brasfield. Jerry Brasfield, as a teenager, had very, very serious asthma, and his mother gave him natural remedies. And when his health improved, he thought, I think there are lots of people who have health issues as a result of poor nutrition. Maybe it's good to start a business that provides this solution. That's how the dream of Neolife started. Now, 67 years later, Neolife operates in over 50 countries. But what has kept our business going is we believe in certain fundamental principles, corporate principles, and there are five. The first is absolute honesty and integrity. We believe we need to tell the truth about our product and about our business. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody is watching. Number two, People are number one. The most important resource we have in our business is people. Number three, products that work. Neolife put together a group of scientists called the Scientific Advisory Board. What is their duty? To do research and development of the high quality products so that we only have the best products in the marketplace. Number four is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody starts a business at the same level, man or woman, old or young, 18 or 81, a plumber, a doctor, an engineer. Anybody who is serious about becoming successful will become successful. And then you need to have a long-range vision. Initially, have a 2 to 5 year horizon. The 2 to 5 year horizon, we believe that if you follow the guidance of your leader, you're going to be financially independent. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA, came to South Africa in 1971. East Africa, that's Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, 96, 97. Then 99 and the year 2000 went to West Africa. If you're a guest, this business or company has come to your doorstep today. Now, why do people start this business? Different reasons. Before I get to the reasons why people start the business, these are the areas where Neolife does business in Africa. In the East African countries, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. In the Southern African countries, that is Mozambique, Botswana, Lesotho, Eswatini, Namibia, and then the West African countries of Ghana, Ivory Coast, Togo, Nigeria, and Cameroon. These are the countries that Neolife does business. Why do people start? Different reasons. Betty and I started for money, but that became much more than money. Some start the business because they want a better life for their children and family. Some start the business because they're sick and tired of their jobs or they want to have a change. Some start the business because they may be approaching retirement and they don't have a retirement plan or the employer doesn't have a dependable retirement package. Some start the business because they want better homes. Some want better cars. Some want to travel, to go to different locations. Most people, I think, start the business because they want to make additional income. That additional income can become a lot of money. Some start a business because they want to be physically fit or healthy. So you're going to be partnering with a company over 60 years in business, operating in over 50 countries around the world, and is supported by the Scientific Advisory Board. The Scientific Advisory Board is a group of scientists. What is their duty? The duty is just to do research, to make sure you've got the best product in the marketplace. We've got 4 ranges of products. Because remember, a business is when you provide a product or a service to the public. And which are these products? The first one is called the Golden Home Care range. These are cleaning products. Cleaning products you use to clean your bathroom, your kitchen, your toilet, your carpets, your oven. You have products for cleaning your car. Anything in your home that requires cleaning, we've got the products for you. The second is a personal care range of products. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion, things that you need to make you clean. Then we have the skincare products. While the largest organ in your body is your skin, and your skin provides the first line of defense to protect your body. So it's good to take good care of your skin. And then we have the health supplement. This is the highest selling range of our business. For a very simple reason, your greatest wealth is your health. If your health is finished, your mission in life is finished. We also have a product that helps farmers to increase their yield. It's called Supergrow, the Wonder Drop. Stories we get from across the African continent has been very, very exciting about this Supergrow. It's very versatile. It's very economical. You mix one product to 1,000 parts of water. It's very easy and safe to handle. That means for indoor plants and outdoor plants, and it has proven performance from across the African continent in the countries where Neolife is doing business. In fact, even in some countries where Neolife is not registered yet. How does this business work? This business works when you do three things every day. We call them the 3 daily success habits. Number one, using the products. We use the products because we're supporting our own business. And secondly, the people that we speak to want to know that we also believe in what we recommend. The second thing we do is we share the business. Neolife operates in over 50 countries, and because each country has got a different currency, the company devised a method to standardize the measurement of business using the point value system. 100 PV is roughly $160 in value. So you share the business opportunity. That means you introduce other people to be users and promoters of the products. In this example, you've introduced 6 people plus yourself is 7. You've generated 700 PV of business. You become a manager. Your income is roughly $45 a month. Not a lot to speak about, but it starts somewhere. As they say, everything that is good starts small. The second thing we do is we begin to duplicate the process. We teach all these people to do what we do. The person on the top right corner introduces 2 other friends and relatives, and those 2 introduced 2. You build a 700 PV unit, plus the other 6 gives you 1,300. You become a senior manager. Your income is roughly $90 a month. Then you begin to replicate and duplicate the process. You teach all these people to do what you do. The 700 is just for explanation of the concept. It could be more, it could be less. If you have 700 times 6 is 4,002, plus 100 is 4,300 PV, you become a director. Your income is about between $580 and $700. Not everybody is going to be excited about the business, or not everybody will want to do the business. Some people just want to buy high quality products. Those people, we make a profit of 20% because they're not registered. They cannot buy products very simple. We go through a training program to learn how to do this business. You need to help other people become successful like yourself. Become a director, your income goes to about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people become directors, your income goes to about $2,000. If you help 6 people, you become a president's team member, and your income goes way above $5,000 a month. So at this juncture, I want to invite our guests, and if you can raise your hand so that we see where you are. Hi, Anne, can you hear me? Just one moment, ladies and gentlemen. We want to trace where Anne is. Anne, can you hear me? Just raise your hand so that we see where you are to unmute.
Monday evening. I'm very excited to be associated with you, being our upline. We really appreciate you for the work you are doing for us. And good evening, friends. And for the people who are seeing me for the first time, my name is NGAO, and I'm excited to be a Neolife distributor. I'm married to Ngao Mangati. Together, we are blessed with 2 young adults right now. The firstborn is now 30, and the second one is going to be 27 soon. I remember when I joined this business, these people were very young. I had been working with the bank. I worked with the banking industry, that is Barclays Bank, for around 17 years. And we went through what we call conversion. And in conversion, it means that we computerized the system so that the systems could take over the work some of us were doing. And when we finished the project, because I was one of the people who were doing that, I lost my job. I was invited one evening actually it was one morning by our boss. And I thought I was going to be rewarded or awarded for the good work that we had done, only to be told that now my job has fallen away, and they are sorry that I have to leave employment because I no longer have work. And that did not come with excitement, because I know that everybody who is here, after you have done and completed a project successfully, you expect to be promoted. But unfortunately, when I completed the project, I was told, good work, but unfortunately, we have lost your work, your job. Now we are releasing you to go home. And at that particular time, when my children were so small, my firstborn was 7 years, my secondborn was 4 years, I was actually so devastated. I did not understand what I'm going to do with my life. Being a firstborn in our family, I was taking care of my parents who are sick because they were suffering from the old age diseases, and they knew that after having educated their firstborn, they were safe and secure, because where I come from, when you are a firstborn, you are an investment.
It's almost.
Yeah, when you are a firstborn, you are an investment, because you are the one the parents will rely on. Actually, I had been educating my siblings there before I started my own family. So I had, I was not ready for leaving my job. So when I was invited to go home, the biggest nightmare was how to go and tell my parents that I've lost my job. And I kept it to myself, but I was suffering inwardly. And every time I find myself in the office but crying. And I refused to leave the office because I was thinking that maybe something will happen and I will get my job back. Unfortunately, they invited me to come and look at this opportunity in around June 2002. And I said yes. I didn't say yes because I understood the business. Been idle. I never tarmacked for a job. And I was desperate for change. I was afraid. I didn't know what I was going to do out there in the world. And my friend told me that, come, I buy you coffee. I went for coffee, not because I was excited. I went for coffee because I wanted just to hear something from somebody. My husband had tried to comfort me and tell me, I am going to be taking care of you. I could not understand that statement because I was not used to that. Having your own salary, and now you are out there wondering what to do. And when she realized that life out here without a job was complicated, she went somewhere, started looking for an opportunity, and she found no life where she had gone. And I thank God. I always say that Judy became John the Baptist because she went to prepare the way for some of us. When my husband saw me devastated, depressed, crying, he went out there and brought me a book called Who Moved My Cheese. And this book talks about change. It talks about that life is full of seasons. And in that book, there were two, I think, rats or something that they were feeding on cheese. And these two rats, let me call them rats or mice, one discovered that the cheese was getting finished and decided to go and look for greener pasture somewhere else. But one of them decided to stay back hoping for a miracle. And I asked myself, NGAO, between these two, who are you? Between you and Judy. Judy decided to leave when she saw the signs that people are expecting a miracle. You talk about people who don't like change. I was one change. Yeah. I like staying in a place where there is familiarity. So when Judy went out there and discovered there's an opportunity that she can share with her friends, I was one of the people that Judy called and shared this opportunity. And I'll forever be grateful to Judy because of what she did for me. So I decided to get started immediately. I did not go home without an opportunity that night. And I joined the business. That was end of June. In June, around July, I'll be 23 years, and I'm very excited. What has happened since I joined? One of the things is that I started listening to her. She promised to support me. I wanted 10,000 shillings because I knew with 10,000 shillings, I didn't have to borrow money from my husband to prepare food for my children. I also told myself that if only I could get 10,000, my parents with medication, I'll be able to sort them out. And that is the reason I joined. And I didn't believe in myself. I had a lot of doubt because I had never sold anything in my life. But when Judy told me she would hold my hand, I decided, why not? What do I have to lose? And I came. Now, what happened is life. From school, I went to college. I wanted to do some, nursing, but I dropped out. We have a common journey with Judy. The nursing course, because I had to go to work so that I could take care of my siblings. So when I left work, I did not want to come back home as a housewife with nothing to do. So when Judy told me that we are going to be very busy, we are going to be working together, we'll do everything together, I joined because of friendship. I signed that paper because I knew that I would get a friend out here. The experience I had was that when you leave employment and your status change, you also lose your friends. You become a lonely person out here. But with Judy having promised that she was going to hold my hand, I knew I had a friend away from the people I had left in the bank. And another thing I joined, of course, I've told you, I wanted to be busy. I wanted to be waking up, going somewhere, not to be left in the house after everybody leaves. You are left watching the TV with all the movies, and I was not used to that kind of life. So I got started. And when I got started, the first thing was Judy was to guide me on what to do because I did not know anything. She told me, Anne, I know you want money, but you cannot look for money if you are the way you are looking. I was obese, I was overweight, and I come from Western, and in Western, if you are overweight, that shows success. And I discovered that when I came here, Judy told me, no, this is not success. Actually, you are on your way to death. And she started teaching me about health. And she told me, let's do this. We need to use the products, and we used the weight management products. Why I'm saying we used is that she led me and guided me on how to use the weight management program. And I thank God that was the key to the business. I used the products. I lost 10 kilos in a very short while. In fact, in 1 month, I had lost 10 kilos. And my life totally changed. I started having high self-esteem. Remember, I had lost self-esteem when I lost my job. Another thing that happened, I also had other challenges like my skin. I'm a person who suffers from allergies. So Judy told me that to take care of your skin, we are going to do some detox program. And when we did the detox program, I started seeing my face change. And I didn't have to go and see dermatologists anymore. And I became very excited. My health was different. I changed my dress code, and things started turning around. And within a very short time, people wanted to be like me. My friends that I had left in the bank wanted to be like me. They could ask me, what have you done? And those questions were easy because if somebody asks you what you have done, it's so easy to answer. Then I will bring them to Judy. I tell them, Judy showed me something that I've used, and because I do not know what it is, I will take you to her so that she can explain the products that I've used. And Judy was faithful enough to sit with them down, explain. Some of them will buy the products, and I come back home with some food because now I'll make some profits. And some of them will decide to join the business, and that's how I started building a network. And after 1 month, I became a manager. I was paid a check, a beautiful check of 983 shillings. Then as a banker, that would have been a very small check. But I thank God that he had given me what we call amnesia. I had forgotten all about being employed and a salary. So I started celebrating my little check, my small check, and I started showing everybody. I've started a business, and you can see I'm starting to earn money. That small check, people will look at it with excitement because I told myself that if you have 900 shillings and you do not have food in your house, will the children eat? The answer is yes. So I started celebrating the small beginnings. And I thank God that as I continue talking to more people, I continue bringing people to join the business. By God's grace, my husband started also understanding about the products as far as the business. He started supporting me, and the company started showing us that there is life, and they decided to take us for leadership school. That is at Windsor. And at Windsor, we discovered there is another way of life. People live. They don't just survive. You know where I come from? I was, this person who is, a mindset of poverty, whereby you check everything that you spend money on. And when I went there, the company was willing to spend like 40,000 on us. I was wondering, who am I that the company can spend this kind of money on me? I was shown how to play golf. We were taught how to lead people. And I thank God when I was there, my mindset changed. I started thinking differently. I started seeing people differently. Pascal, my internet is playing around just in case. So I came out and I started helping my friends also to go to Windsor. And I became a world team member in 9 months. And that's where my really dream started. Of course, now I was making money. I was earning a 6-digit figure, and I had bypassed my gross income from the bank. I was a different person. I was more excited. I started living a different life, and I thank God for that. And I started helping my friends because that kind of life could only be shared by friends. And I started seeing people become directors. Then we started traveling. We have traveled to many destinations, starting with South Africa, where I met Pascal. That was in 2003. And we have been to many places. We have been to Mauritius, 204, 205, went to Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace, a place I will never have been. We have been to Sun City, to Cape Town several times. And we have been to Dubai. We have been to Zambia, Victoria Falls. If I was to mention all of them, you'll sleep here. But because I may not be able to remember all of them. But I thank God that I discovered I have a dream of traveling. And why I'm still in this business is travel. I would love to travel to everywhere. And like this coming weekend, we are taking our managers to Mombasa for, manager school. And I'm very excited because the people we are going with are very excited. So I'm in this business to make sure that many people will, we receive the kind of life we are experiencing right now. Another thing that has happened in my life is personal development. I was not the kind of person that is speaking here today. Life has changed. I've gone through a lot of trainings. I've gone through a lot of mentorship. I have also mentored other people. And life is exciting. It's very, very exciting. When I remember the people that we have mentored, people were ordinary people who I could meet along the way, who are not able to educate their children, and now they were able to educate their children. They were not living in a good house. They are able to build good houses. That makes me happy because now I understand why God had to allow me to leave the bank, because without through my network, some people's lives have been touched. Another thing is that I've found a community of people that are very excited, people who are hopeful. And so even as a retired person, I feel like there is somewhere I belong. There is a place I belong. And I have friends, international friends all over the world. If I go to South Africa, I will not be stranded. If I go to Nigeria, I will not be stranded. If I go to Zambia, I will not be stranded. I have built friendships all over the world. My business has gone to America, it has gone to Canada, it has gone to South Africa. So when I'm getting my bonus check, I find that I have several currencies in my bonus. And that is very exciting. It's something I never expected. Another thing that this business has given me financial freedom. I'm able to organize my money, and I've been able to take my family for holidays. And I'm very excited because my family, I think we have now grown up to be loving to go for holidays. We always, when it reaches time to go for holiday, everybody gets excited. So we always love traveling. And now we are waiting to travel to Dar es Salaam. We have been going to Dar es Salaam and we travel with fun. Another thing is that this business has given me such a wonderful health. When I came to this business, there were so many medical cards in my family. My husband, at some time he was diabetic. Right now, there is no medication he takes on because of being diabetic. Hypertension was running in my veins because it runs in the family. And I thank God today, there is no medical card. We catch flu and within a day, the flu is gone because of the immunity the products have given us. We use our products faithfully and we thank God that by grace, we are in good health. Why am I thanking God? Because if you are no longer working and you are not covered by the insurance, medical expenses can be very expensive. And so my family and I, because 7 or so years ago, my husband also lost his job. So we don't have that privilege of having a medical cover. And I thank God that because of New Life products, our family lives healthy. My children have grown. And now we can share this story with many other people. Another thing is because I belong to the retirees group, I have friends and I'm not lonely. Sometimes people retire and they go to die at home. I was telling somebody that in the bank, when you retire, you are given a wheelbarrow because unarudi nyumbani. Yeah? You go back home so that you stay a few years at home and then you die. But I thank God that I'm becoming younger all the time. I become younger and stronger. And I'm making more new friends every day. Everywhere I go, I make new friends. It has become a hobby. And every time I go out there, I remember the mission. We are here to make the world a healthier and happier place. So every person I meet, my dream is to touch somebody's life. It doesn't matter where I meet them. I could attend a burial somewhere and I get friends. And later on, I turn these friends into distributors. I have done that severally. Because I believe that wherever God gives you a chance to meet new people, there is a purpose. And so I've become a better person. And the future is very bright. The future is very bright. So if you are here and you are a distributor, having been here for over 22 years should tell you that this business works. This business is a place you can invest your time. You can invest your money. You can have good friends that will support you during the good times and the tough times. This is a place where you have personal development. You change your attitude. Yeah, and this place has made me change my attitude. I'm a person who used to be, those perfectionists who want everything right. But I realized there's no perfection in life. So you have to learn to, to have interpersonal skills. Yeah. The other day we were watching Pascal when he was training us about people's skills. And we were watching with my son. So every time I see we come across something, I remind him, what does people's skills talk about? What did Pascal say? Then he'll quote for me what Pascal said about how to be patient with people. And it is very exciting that it is only in this organization that you are able to discover your weakness and you correct them. So I thank God that I'm in your life and I'm in your life to stay because there are so many people out there who are waiting to be touched. There are so many people, especially the young people, who are wondering, what will I do after university? They are leaving colleges and they are desperate. Somebody said if you see them on the streets, They are demonstrating because inside them there is a gap, there is a vacuum. So because of this opportunity, as I talk to each one person at a time, I know that God is going to guide me to talk to more people. And friends, because we are in this organization, let's take it seriously because we are on a mission to touch and to make people's life better and healthier. So thanks so much, Pascal, for having given me this chance to share my story. I know that somebody somewhere who is listening to my story and maybe they have been retrenched, maybe they are wondering what to do there with their lives, they know that there is a place they can belong. Thanks so much and may God bless you. Have a wonderful evening.
And thank you very much for the wonderful story. Every time I hear it as if I'm listening for the first time. And it's really a pleasure and honor to have such stories, because the people who join the business, sometimes in the thick of doing the business, it's easy to forget that this is a remarkable business. And thank you very much for your testimony. And for the guests who are here today, think about what you've heard from Anne's story. Does that relate to you? One of the things our company has done is to take advantage of technology. If you want to order products, you can do it online. If you want to register new distributors, you can do it online. When you register, the company creates for you what is called a back office, where you can monitor and manage your business 24/7. Training is done locally and internationally. I mean, I've seen people from the screen when Anne was sharing her story, people from so many different countries attending this meeting today. Delivery of products. The company contracts courier companies in every market we do business to send products to our customers and distributors. Payment is done by online electronic funds transfer or mobile money, either for the products or when the company is paying the bonuses and commissions. We partnered with some of the best sports people in the world. NeoLife doesn't sponsor these people with money or cash. NeoLife just gives them the best products because our products speak for themselves. Kat Leah Ramsey is one of the Springboks. Billy Leroux, one of the great Springboks. Springbok has won the last 2 World Cups, and with very small, the previous one was quite a big margin, but the last World Cup they won by a very small margin. Why did they have that edge? I would say that it's because they have just that extra edge because of physical fitness. Conventions. Anne was talking about traveling to Dar es Salaam. The East African Convention is going to be conducted in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. In Southern Africa, it's going to be conducted in Pretoria, South Africa. In West Africa, it is going to be conducted in different countries. Nigeria, I think there are about 4 or 5 different convention dates. In Ghana, then Togo, then Benin, Ivory Coast. If you're a guest, what do you need to get started? Step number 1, speak to the person who invited you. They will give you an application form for registration as a distributor, and you need to make some initial investment. In Botswana, you need between 720 and 1450 pula. There are different packages. In South Africa, is 910 to 1980. In Kenya, is 9,200 or 11,700 Kenya shillings. Nigeria, 68,000 or 100,000 naira. Tanzania, 167,000 or 217,000 Tanzania shillings. In Uganda, is 250 or 280 Uganda shillings. 280,000, sorry. USA, $75. Togo, 46,200 and 61,500 francs CFA. Italy, 64 euros. Ghana is 800 or 1,300 Ghanaian cedis. Cameroon is 60,000 or 74,300 francs CFA. This is what you need to get started. One of the keys to success in this business is leverage. Anne told you that the first check she got was about 900 shillings. 12 months later, as a director, she was earning over 60 or 70,000 shillings. Why is that? Why has it happened? Because of the principle of leverage. If I give you $1 million, or I give you 1 cent double daily for 31 days, what would you choose? Most people would choose $1 million without thinking. But if you double 1 cent every day for 31 days, it's 10.737 million. That is what the power of leverage is. So remember, if you're a guest, success begins with a decision. Once you've decided what you want to, that you want to do the business, next thing you need to know is, what is your dream? What is it that you want to do? What are the things you've always wanted to do, and because of whatever reasons you have not managed to do? Second, you need to be teachable. Find out what you need to know and what you need to do. Develop skills. Third is hard work, discipline, guts, persistence. 4 is belief in yourself, your sponsor, or your life. I think you don't need faith in this business, in the sense that faith is evidence of things you don't see. But you and I have already seen very many people who've been successful. What you need is belief in yourself, that you can succeed the way others have succeeded. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is your next step if you're a guest? Get back together with the person who invited you. They'll show you how to do the business. They will guide you how to get started. Just follow their guideline. You're going to be successful, because it is in their interest that you become successful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all very much for attending this session with us, and apologies for the earlier technical hitches. Good night and God bless.